Today I'm going to be predicting the Western and Eastern Conference playoffs. These are my official predictions as the playoffs are starting in a few hours. So gotta make this video before the playoffs start or else my predictions will be invalid. So let's get into it. We got Thunder Pelicans first. I got the Thunder in, let's say, 6 games. Now Zion, I believe, will probably be out for the whole series, which makes it really hard for the Pelicans to win. But I feel like with their defense and last playoffs without Zion, they also did pretty well against the first seed. I feel they'll get a few games, so it's either Thunder in 5 or 6. But of course, the Thunder just have more firepower, so I have the Thunder winning that. Next, we have the Clippers and the Mavericks. This is a toss-up because Kawhi Leonard might be out for Game 1, but also might be playing Game 1 with a right knee inflammation. And looks like the Mavericks are fully healthy, but I still got the Clippers in 7 because I feel like playoff Kawhi could lead the Clippers to a win. And the Clippers do have a little bit more depth than the Mavericks, more experience a little bit. And I don't know, I just feel like if James Harden or Russell Westbrook or one of their depth pieces go off consistently, like at least one of the three of James Harden, Norman Powell, and Russell Westbrook, and like Terrence Mann or something, or Zubac, along with PG and Kawhi having great games, I feel like they have a good chance. Wow, I mean, the Mavericks do have great role players, but I feel like they can't create for themselves except maybe Tim Hardaway Jr., but he hasn't been that good lately. But Luka's still really good. It's a toss-up. It can go either way, definitely. Timberwolves Suns. I have the Phoenix Suns winning in 7 games. This is a little bit surprising, but a lot of people have been picking this upset because Timberwolves loves to give players the mid-range shot, and the Suns are the best at the mid-range shot, but of course they'll probably change their defensive to not let the Phoenix Suns get as many mid-range shots. But I feel like the experience of KD, Book, and Beal will be out Anthony Edwards because I feel like Karl-Anthony Towns every time in the playoffs does drop, and he is also injured still, not fully 100%. So I feel like the Timberwolves will attack on him. I mean the Suns, and also Rudy Gobert. He's a great defender, as along with Jaden McDaniels. But I feel like their offense, because the Suns' defense is alright. It's in the middle of the pack, a little bit above average. So I feel like the Timberwolves' offense I trust less than the Suns' offense with KD, Book, and Beal, along with like Grayson Allen, and Yusuf Nurkic has been pretty good lately. So I have the Suns winning in 7. Next we have Nuggets Lakers. Well, this might be an interesting series. I got the Nuggets in 6. Lakers last time got swept, but each game was really close, so I feel like the Lakers could win a few games. They've gotten a decent amount better than last year, especially with D'Angelo Russell becoming better than last year, along with Rui Hachimura becoming better, and Jared Vanderbilt might be coming back in this series, which is really good for their defense, along with Gabe Vincent and Taurean Prince being additions to bring defense and some shooting. And then I trust AD and LeBron to get a few games, but the Nuggets still feel like the Lakers do not have a good player to guard Jokic. Now, AD's a really good defender, but he didn't do that well versus Jokic last series. They played last year, and Jamal Murray, playoff Jamal is a thing, so I feel like the Nuggets are still going to win the Lakers. And I feel like there won't be that much upset potential. Alright, let's go to the Western Conference semifinals. I guess we're doing the West and then the East. Thunder versus Clippers. This is very interesting. The big three of the Thunder versus the big three of the Clippers. This is a really hard matchup, and it can go either way, definitely. But I've got the Clippers winning in 7. Now, if the Mavericks won this series, I do think the Mavericks could win the Thunder as well. Now, I feel like the Thunder could also win, but I trust the Mavericks and Clippers more because of their experience. Now, that's not a good factor. That's just like a small factor, but I feel like experience is a factor in the playoffs. And although Shea and Jalen Williams are good, I feel like for the Thunder they're a bit small, and if they verse the Mavericks or the Clippers who are a bit bigger, they could lose, especially the Mavericks. But I have the Clippers winning the Mavericks in 7, so even like the Clippers, I feel like Kawhi Leonard, although the Thunder do have great defenders like Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, and Chet, I feel like Kawhi could do some damage to their defense, which is top 5. But in the playoffs, you never know what's happening. So I got the Clippers winning, but definitely this is easily the Thunder could win as well and go to the conference finals. People have been saying the Thunder are frauds. I feel like they're not frauds because Shea has had playoff experience, has done well in the playoffs, and their team, although young, is very mature. They got a really good coach as well. Suns Nuggets, I got Nuggets in 6 again, maybe 7. Last year, it went to 6 games, and the Suns definitely got better than last year, but I feel like the Nuggets are still going to win. They got great defenders for KD, Book, and all of them. And Nuggets, really, the Suns do not have a good defender for Jokic. Yusuf Nurkic is not a good defender, not known to be a good defender, so Jokic is about to cook. And Jamal Murray also would not have a good defender to guard him because maybe they put Book, Beal, or KD on him, but like they also need to carry the offense. So I got the Nuggets winning in 6. Now this series could go to Suns, but that really determines on the Suns' defense versus Jokic and their offense if they can like do well on the Nuggets defense, which is pretty good. So yeah. Going on to the Clippers Nuggets, I got the Nuggets winning in 6 or 7. I feel like the Clippers do not have too many players to guard Jokic. Now Zubac is a great defender, but once Mason Plumlee comes in or something, it's over for them. And although they have great players, I feel like worried that one of their 3 will get injured in this long playoff run. And the Nuggets do have solid defenders, but the Clippers could win this if they somehow find a way to stop Jokic, because the Nuggets do, and if James Harden does well, because the big 3, mostly for the Clippers, they need James Harden to do well in any of the matchups, so they can have 3 players that do well, and that's hard to guard. But I have the Nuggets winning that. And let's go to the Eastern Conference. We got Celtics versus Heat. I got the Celtics winning in 5. Heat don't have Jimmy Butler. If they did, I still would pick Celtics, but Celtics in 6 because Jimmy in the playoffs, never predictable. Does really well in the playoffs, and they beat the Celtics last year. But it is a different Celtics team than last year. Additions of Jrue Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis. And with the Heat without Jimmy, I feel like the Celtics could easily beat them. But they could still win a game. Cavs Magic, I got the Cavs in 6. Magic are a really good team, but I fear that their offense won't be that good with the Cavs' good defense. And although the Cavs' offense isn't that good, I trust them more with Donovan Mitchell previously, besides last year, being a playoff performer, and Darius Garland doing decent as well last year. They just need their big men, Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, to do well. They did not do good last year versus the New York Knicks, and the Magic have a similar defense. But definitely the Magic have a great defense with Jonathan Isaac and Jalen Suggs, along with Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner being decent defenders. So it's basically deciding on the offense, and I trust the Cavs offense more. and they do have more experience, especially adding Max Strus, who has, the last year making it to the finals, as well as Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley getting more years of experience from last year. So I got the Cavs winning. Next, we got the Bucks Pacers. I have the Bucks winning in 7. Even though Giannis is out, I feel like he's gonna come back probably game 3, game 4. I feel like Damian Lillard could lead them to a win. Dame has done pretty well without Giannis this season, averaging like 30 points per game. So I feel like they could get a win against the Pacers, who have a solid defense but is not that good. And the Bucks, I mean, if they lose the games with Giannis, then it's really hard for them to win because the Pacers offense is elite and the Bucks defense, although it's getting better with Doc Rivers as their head coach, they don't really have anyone to guard Tyrese Halliburton, like Malik Beasley. Patrick Beverley might be guarding Tyrese, but then it's gonna be hard to guard Pascal Siakam as well. But the Pacers, besides Siakam, don't have that much experience in the playoffs. So I got the Bucks winning in 7. Knicks 76ers. This is a hard matchup. And I feel like I want to pick the upset. But I have the Knicks winning in 7. I feel like the Knicks have a great chance to win because the Sixers don't really have a good player to guard Jalen Brunson. While the Knicks could throw some bodies at Embiid, who's not 100%. So that's another reason I picked the Knicks, because Joel Embiid's not 100% healthy. And the Knicks defense is pretty good. So I got the Knicks winning. All right, let's go to the next conference semifinals. I got the Bucks, Knicks, in the Celtics, Cavs. I have the Celtics winning in 6. The Cavs haven't been doing good lately, and although they have been pretty good recently, like in December, January, I feel like the Celtics just have too much firepower for their defense, and the Cavs offense hasn't been that good, while the Celtics defense and offense has been really good. So I have the Celtics winning in 6 because Donovan Mitchell still can get a few games. Bucks, Knicks. If Giannis is healthy, I have the Bucks winning in 7 because I don't know who will guard Giannis in the playoffs, but I feel like the Knicks could easily win this. Jalen Brunson is going to be a hard guard for them too, and they have more depth than the Bucks, definitely. But I have the Bucks winning in 7 because Dame also will be a hard guard, and Giannis will be a hard guard. Maybe they put OG, who's a really good defender, on Giannis, but I feel like the Bucks, even with Doc Rivers as their head coach, do have a lot of experience, and I feel like they're going to the conference finals and getting beat by the Boston Celtics in 6 games. Boston has not been losing at all and although they have struggled versus the Bucks a little bit before, I have them winning. They have a great defender on Giannis. They have shown to beat the Bucks before. Al Horford and Kristaps Porzingis can be great defenders on Giannis, and they have the Dame stopper in Jrue Holiday, as well as Derek White. This feels like a really bad matchup, and adding Doc Rivers being the head coach, I have the Celtics winning, which means the finals will be the Celtics versus Nuggets, which I would choose. I don't know why they're doing this. I'm choosing the Celtics to win in 7 because I feel like it's going to be hard for the Nuggets to guard all 5 of their super stars, I guess. I don't know. Because all 5 of the players in the starting lineup are lethal offensively and are pretty good defensively, while the Nuggets do have some great players. I feel like the whole of Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray could hurt them on defense, and Jokic as well, because the Celtics could make Jokic work on defense, which he does, but Porzingis is a lethal option. Now, the Celtics don't really have that many good players to guard Jokic. Now, they have Porzingis and Horford who could, but like previously, Jokic has been good against them. Now, Porzingis does give good length who could like contain Jokic in a few games or one game, but like I feel like Jokic is still going to cook. But I feel like Celtics definitely have a better team on paper because they have 5 great players on the starting lineup, and they have a decent bench who could score, like Sam Hauser, Payton Pritchard, and Al Horford. All great shooters. And the Nuggets defense, although they're decent, I feel like the Nuggets depth is hurting them. They have Christian Brown and Payne Watson, but after that, they don't really have a good backup big like Zeke Naji and DeAndre Jordan are right. And then Reggie Jackson is a decent backup point, but I trust Celtics depth better and players better, so I have the Celtics winning in 7. But yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching, and we're out.